So my name's Marcel, and I'm from Australia, and my show is called Smile, the Story of Charlie Chaplin, and it's a one-man comedy play all about the life of Charlie Chaplin. First of all, I just love Charlie Chaplin. I'm a massive fan. I did another show, which I toured around for a year. It was a musical comedy, which was my first solo show, and that was my introduction to the Fringe circuit. And it was great, but it was musical comedy. I was training to be a ballet dancer for 10 years, and so I wanted to do something a bit more physical, so I thought for my next show, Charlie Chaplin was a perfect subject matter. I was training full-time to be a ballet dancer in New Zealand, at the New Zealand School of Dance, a couple of years ago, and they had a little arts library, and on a whim, I think I discovered there was a Charlie Chaplin box film collection. And I had no idea that I just thought he did all the sort of silent slapstick stuff. I had no idea that he made full-length films, and the full-length films are great, and then he made Talkies and The Great Dictator and Monsieur Verdoux and all these other later films. So I was just amazed that there was so much about him that I didn't know. And then also I read his autobiography. So I've been a big fan of his he's been sort of a big inspiration for many years, but it was only sort of last year that I got the idea for this show. Pressure is brilliant. You sign yourself up for a Fringe show about 6 months in advance. All the festivals work sort of a 6-month schedule. You sign yourself up, and because there's the pressure, like they say sort of pressure makes diamonds, and I never really understood that until doing my Fringe shows, and I realized that you can have an idea for a show and it'll never go anywhere until you lock it in. You lock in a performance date, and then that makes the show happen. And that's very exciting because it means that if you want to do a show about something, you can kind of just book yourself in, and I know that I will then feel the pressure to make something. It makes a mockery of doing a show for one run. It's like, forget about it. The show already is so different from when I first did it I did it in September last year for the first time, but I've since done about 50 performances at like 7 or 8 different festivals. And not only, like, doing so many performances means that the show can get sort of into your soul, and so you can sort of know it inside out. But also, being able to do different seasons means that you have time off in between, which is sort of invaluable because you have time to sort of reflect on the season, and then you have another rehearsal process to re-rehearse and, like, make your changes. If you're doing the show again and again and again, it's quite difficult to make changes between the shows because you can get very sort of, it feels like a big risk because you don't have time to rehearse. You don't have time to rehearse your changes.